It was very ambitious. I mean, compared to the first Alien, which was very small and claustrophobic, this was a big, kind of heart-pounding version of Alien.
The budget this movie was slated at and the movie that they were trying to make was very ambitious.
There was a feeling that we were working on something that was going to be a landmark and that whatever we had to go through would be worth it.
From the time we're children, we are inherently afraid of that which we don't know and don't understand, but it's also in our nature to be curious and to go into those dark places and look around with a flashlight. But God forbid that flashlight should ever fail.
When I started on the film, Jim, of course, had his original concepts of the weapons. Then we got Sid Mead and Ron Cobb on board, and they were doing their conceptual ideas for the guns. My initial thought was that what we wanted to do was find some of the most reliable blank-firing weapons we could and construct the futuristic look over the top of those. And we looked for guns that would fire blanks, that would give us the best flash, the best rate of fire, the most power, I suppose.
This is the pulse gun. What we've done is we've taken the Thompson machine gun, the military version, and underneath we've mounted the pump-action shotgun, which is here. I think this was the hardest thing to mount because what we've done is we've taken a pump-action shotgun and cut it down to about 15 inches and mounted it under the barrel. It now fires 3 shots instead of its original 5. This is the grenade that the shotgun fires. This is a high explosive grenade. It can also act as a hand grenade. By pressing the button twice, you activate it. It's a snap cap out of a 12-bore shotgun with a few cuts in it and the press button on top. The handgun, this is a Heckler & Koch VP70. It's not made anymore, but it looks very futuristic enough to use for the film.
The smart guns we modelled on an MG42 German machine gun. They were quite adaptable in terms of hiding the magazine within a new sort of conceptual shape for the gun.
What we've done is mounted it on a Steadicam harness, which is basically used for cameras. The gun itself, we've tried to disguise it. We've mixed it up with 250 Kawasaki motorcycle parts. Here you have the indicator unit. Here you have the back supports for the pillion rider. And at the back here, you have a clutch cable, which is linked to the trigger mechanism. I thought what was going to happen is that the harness was going to take the energy out of the bolt coming back, and that we were going to get ejection problems, and the gun wasn't going to work. But we persevered and eventually got there.
And everything is very military, very macho, very strong, powerful. We've had to develop flamethrowers which look impressive when they fire, that are safe to be fired by Sigourney Weaver and the other actors safely, which is always a little tricky when you're in a confined set with all the artists and crew around.
There's stunts and action. This film has got both, but the action that runs through this film is the pace that people move at, the tension that they build up, the scuttling around of these weird sets. It's all movement and action, firing guns. I can put in explosions and blow-ups and get guys being blasted to pieces, but they need to maintain that level of intense action.
It's actually hard for me morally to justify being in a film with so many guns. I just find it very upsetting, and that's the biggest problem for me, is that reading the script, I had no idea how martial the atmosphere would be and how much emphasis that would have. I give money to anti-gun legislation, and I mean, I never even go to see movies about guns, especially killing people. I can't, I just think, I think it would be very difficult for an actor to do. You'd really have to sort of do a number on yourself,
I love shooting the guns. That's like the best part of my job.
I got really a sense of handling weapons when I did the Terminator, because I had that shotgun throughout, and I was always firing off weapons and working with you know, the guns.
Oh, I've shot a few weapons in a couple of different situations, and I grew up in Texas. I shot a lot of shotguns and stuff like that.
I've never shot a gun before. I'm actually frightened of guns, you know. It doesn't take any imagination for me to pretend that it's a real weapon.
I think you must approach people that they are afraid of weapons. And I mean, that is quite good if people are afraid of them. And then you can slowly bring them back in and show them that it's not going to hurt them. I mean, it's just keeping calm, showing them that you are confident. And that builds confidence in them.
Here we go, and action.
It's hard, especially someone like Vasquez, who you've a sense of power. She loves guns, and she feels a real power with them. So you have to work it out that way. It's Vasquez using them, not Jeanette. The smart gun, it's really heavy. It's balanced, you know, so it sort of floats. But there's a lot of strain. It's the hours that you have to wear it that's very hard. Mark and I, the other actor who wears it, he's a foot taller than me and about 70 pounds heavier. So it's a little bit easier, but not.